Hi, VJ from unlimitedsinging.com here with a how-to video. Plus and minus scent. Bum bum bum. Kind of a scary thing when we think about it because it's like, how do I choose the right bowl? So when choosing the right bowl, you may have started by picking a bowl that you loved because of its beauty, because of the way that it sounds, and now you're ready to build a set based off of the bowl that you have. Something that will collaborate, something that will harmonize, something that will take the sound experience to the next level. And as you're searching, looking all over the place for the perfect bowl, you want to know, how do I pick a bowl that not only looks good, but sounds good with the bowl I already have? Well, first of all, let's talk about plus and minus scent. This really comes down to music theory, if we think about it. And in the most simplest of forms, intervals. What are intervals? Well, intervals obviously are a space or distance between one note to the next note. And in music theory, there is several ways you can look at intervals. Let's do the most basic one. So let's say I chose my favorite bowl, or a bowl that I fell in love with, which is, in this case, this Indian pipestone bowl in the key of D, negative 25 cent. That is my first bowl that I fell in love with. It's my home bowl, and now I want to build a set off of the bowl that I already have. Knowing my intervals, or basic music theory, will help me determine how I want to expand now on the set. So we're going to use this bowl as our root note, our starting note. Some people might call that do and solfege, right? Or, however you want to do it. Oot for some people who are into like chakra stuff, right? So this is our perfect bowl, perfect one. If I were to hit it twice, that interval, do, that's perfect one. That's a unison, right? Now, as I'm moving up and expanding my intervals, do, re would be a major second, do, re, mi, major third, do, re, mi, fa, perfect fourth, do, re, mi, fa, sol, perfect fifth, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, do, la, major sixth, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, major seventh, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, do, octave. That is the basic from, kind of like the basic of intervals using the major scale. Now, of course, there is also a minor. Do, ra would be a minor second, not a do, re, which is a major second. Now, in basically layman's terms, when we're looking at cents and we're looking at plus or minus, the plus can be seen as sharp, the minus can be seen as flat. In the spectrum of intervals, if I have a key of D bowl minus 25 cent and I want a major third from D, if it was perfect pitch, is F. That's a major third. Do, mi, do, mi, sol. So that's the triad. Do, mi, sol, mi, do. That, which would be D, F, A, which would give me my triad. Perfect fifth, major third, and of course our root, which would be D. Now, if I wanted to expand the interval between D and F, I could. So let's say my D is negative 25 and my F is positive 25. That expands the interval. It means that is an augmented interval. If it were less, let's say if it were D negative 25 and F minus 40, now my interval is diminished. It's not a major third. It would be, if it's diminished, it's a diminished third or a minor third. And if it's expanded, it's more of an augmented. So the interval is stretched. And that's what we're looking at when we're building our sets and when we talk about plus and minus. Now, of course, again, with a plus and minus, you have 50 plus, 50 minus before going into the new key. And we can kind of look at that as kind of like negative 25 or plus 25 being on the cusp of moving into the new key. And that's important as you're putting together your sets. And there is no right or wrong. There just is. And I would encourage you to play as you are thinking about putting together a set. So let's kind of give a listen to get so that this also kind of is more practical and put into use. So here again I have this, what I considered my root bowl, D -25. Now, based on what we have in our warehouse right now, I can only pick out so many bowls that I can use an example. So follow me here. Here I have D -25. This is F sharp plus 20. So the interval, because it's positive 20, negative 25, is augmented. Kind of still sounds like do, mi, kind of, but the mi is expanded. If I have, up here I have an an A sharp. So all expanded intervals, which kind of makes the chord not do, mi, so, but do, mi, sa, kind of a weird expansion of that triad. Not wrong if that's what you're looking for, but if you were looking for a perfect major third and a perfect fifth, it wouldn't work. Here I have D sharp plus 30 cent. Sounds more like a triad. D plus 30, F sharp, D sharp plus 30, F sharp plus 20, A sharp, negative 15. So here we have this interval here, from the mi to the sol is diminished, and this interval, it's more or less more on point. It would be more or less a major third, right? If you're following. So this would be like a major third from the root to the second point of the triad, which is the third, major third, and then here we have an expanded interval from the fourth, from the third to the fifth. Now sometimes when you're listening to bowls, here again we have kind of the major third, and then I have here a key of A bowl, negative 30, and so this interval is kind of diminished, kind of a weird sound. Let's try it with this. Do. So the fifth now sounds more perfect, but the third is still a little bit augmented, if that makes sense. Okay? Here we have negative 30 at this Yanga bowl. And here I have negative 40, also in the key of A. Can you tell the difference? They both sound the same. If I were to use the as my fifth, you really cannot, unless you have perfect pitch, tell the difference between this 30, negative 30, and this negative 40 bowl. And so, give or take 10 cent, may not make a big of a difference. And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for, when you're putting together your sets and you're thinking about plus or minus, sharp or flat or augmented or diminished intervals, you're trying to think about how you're going to put your set together. That's what the base, and this according to what I understand, and I'm still learning too. I'm here with you learning as the world of crystal bowls is opening up to all of us, and we're learning how to put together sets and things like that. I would also encourage you to look up basic music history, or excuse me, music theory. Music history is good too, but look up music theory and look up intervals and listen. Listen to the intervals and also sing with them. Sing a major second, sing a major third, or sing a perfect fourth. A perfect fourth sounds like "Here Comes the Bride." A perfect fifth sounds like Star Wars. Bum bum, 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 bum. So sing your intervals and get kind of familiar within your own instrument. And then maybe that will translate as well to your crystal bowls. I hope that this was not confusing and that you found it helpful. I'm VJ with unlimitedsingingBowls.com. Be blessed.